Hi, how are you? Today's dish is inspired in one of the most famous dishes of Galicia, that is the Galician empanada. Every dish that you cook has a story. In my case, I wanted an easy-to-bake recipe, not having to waste time in making a homemade crust. I baked empanada using a typical American pre-bought roll pie crust, and the dish came out buenísimo. Let's cook this buenísimo empanada. Let's review the ingredients. 2 store-bought rolled 9-inch pie crusts. I'm using the typical ones you find in any supermarket. 2 medium-sized tomatoes, they have to be a bit ripe. 1 medium-sized onion. 2 medium-sized Cuban peppers. Tuna in olive oil, dried 8 ounces or 250 grams. Olive oil. 1 egg. Salt to taste. Oregano flakes. And a bay leaf. Let's start cooking. Peel and chop the onions in medium-sized chunks. Get rid of the stem, base and seeds of the peppers and cut them also in medium-sized pieces. The same with the tomatoes. Peel them and chop them, but not in very small pieces. In a large pot over medium heat, add olive oil, and when this is hot, add the peppers. Lower the heat. I'm adding a bit more of olive oil. Total olive oil used, 4 tablespoons. When the peppers are just starting to get cooked, add the onions, stir, and then add 2 pinches of salt. Stir occasionally until the onion gets golden. In the middle of this process, add the bay leaf. Now it's time to add the tomato. Stir occasionally and sprinkle the oregano on top, about a half teaspoon when the tomato starts releasing juices. Stir occasionally again. I'll cook the mix for about 8 more minutes, as we don't want to have the tomato totally undone. This mix plus the tuna will be the filling for our pie. This is the perfect moment to add salt to taste. Okay, the mix is finished. Let's place it in a colander, as we need to get rid of all the juices which we won't use. No basil leaf either. Let the mix cool down. Shake it and stir it some time to make sure it is well strained. When the mix is at room temperature, add the tuna, mix, and the filling is done. Easy, right? Preheat the oven at 440 degrees Fahrenheit or 225 degrees Celsius. I'm coating the pan with olive oil. I'm using the same pan of my episodes 4 and 8. Sometimes I also use a removable bottom pan, as it is more comfortable when I'm molding the pie. Let's place one of the crusts. Then place the filling in. Little by little, spread it evenly. Then the other crust on top. Trim the extra dough. And this is the way I seal this pie. Tuck in the top crust. Seal the edges with your fingers. A bit of water. And lastly, fold the sides over the top crust. Perfecto. This is a fun part, especially for the children, to make lettuce with the remaining dough. In my case, of course, I'm writing tuna. Brush slightly the top crust with beaten egg and place the pie in the oven for 40 minutes. If it gets too brown, put a piece of aluminum foil on top. And here is the tuna pie. Beautiful. This is a type of empanada that I cook a lot at home. I dedicate it to all my friends that have been asking me for the recipe. Amigos, as you can see, it's so easy to make. Let's get a portion. It looks so beautiful. Let's try it. This is so buenísimo. Thank you so much, and I hope you like this recipe. And to drink, a delicious Ribeiro white wine. Buenísimo.